So let's talk about one of the great travel puzzles. How in the world do you find amazing, authentic, and, affordable food in a place like Tuscany? Well, the answer might just come from a place you wouldn't expect. The experts at Michelin. Let's dive in.
Okay, just picture it. You're in Tuscany. The scenery is stunning, the history is everywhere. But that one big question is always nagging at you. Where are we going to eat tonight? Seriously, how do you even start to pick a place in one of the most famous food regions on the entire planet?
And that's the real trick, isn't it? You're on the hunt for that incredible plate of pasta, that perfect glass of wine, but you want it to be the real deal. You want the kind of meal that locals love, not some watered-down version made just for visitors.
Now, take a city like Florence, and that challenge just gets bigger. It's beautiful, but it can be overwhelming. For every amazing little trattoria, there are a dozen other spots that might just be a total letdown. So, how do you find the good stuff? Well, turns out there's a little secret.
And that secret has a name, the Bib Gourmand. You can think of this as your insider's key to unlocking the city's absolute best value culinary treasures, and it comes straight from the most trusted guide in the business.
So, what is it exactly? Well, everyone's heard of Michelin stars, right? The Bib Gourmand is a different kind of award. It's for restaurants that offer fantastic, high-quality food, but at a really great price. It's basically the Michelin inspector's personal shout-out to a place that's both delicious and easy on the wallet. It's the absolute sweet spot.
And this slide really breaks it down perfectly. A Michelin star over on the right, that's for the absolute pinnacle of fine dining. It's going to be an unforgettable experience. But yeah, it often comes with a hefty price tag. But the Bib Gourmand on the left, that celebrates something just as special. Amazing cooking that won't break the bank.
All right, let's kick off our little tour in Florence, and we're going to focus on the places that are really the beating heart of Tuscan tradition. I mean, these are the restaurants that are keeping those classic, incredible recipes alive.
First up, we've got Burde. Now, this isn't just a restaurant. It's a true local institution. It's part old-school grocery shop, part trattoria, and it is 100% authentic Tuscany through and through.
And you can see right here why the locals love it. We are talking a single euro sign for unbelievable traditional Tuscan food. The place has a super loyal following, so you absolutely have to book ahead. If you go, the legendary bistecca alla Fiorentina, that giant T-bone steak grilled perfectly rare, is a must. So are their amazing soups and fresh pastas.
Next, we're heading to Il Latini. And look, if Burde is a local institution, then Il Latini is a full-blown Florentine legend. This place just lives and breathes Tuscan tradition.
The moment you walk in, you see these giant hams hanging from the ceiling. The whole atmosphere is rustic, it's loud, it's lively, it's just wonderful. The menu is basically a tour of Tuscan classics, from the hearty ribollita stew to their famous Florentine steak. It's just a timeless, amazing experience.
Our third traditional spot is Trattoria Cibrèo, but it's often called Il Cibrèino. Now here's the key. Don't get it mixed up with the fancier, more expensive restaurant Cibrèo right next door. Il Cibrèino is the simple, classic trattoria where all the real magic is happening. And the crucial thing here is the value. For years, this has been one of the best spots in Florence to eat incredibly well without spending a ton of money. They serve these historic Florentine recipes, including the famous lampredotto, which is a classic tripe dish that gives you a true taste of the city.
But the food scene in Florence isn't just about looking to the past. There's a whole new generation of chefs who are putting a really cool, modern spin on those classic Tuscan flavors.
And that brings us to a place that has a much more contemporary vibe, and it really proves that innovation and tradition can live together beautifully on the same plate.
Okay, let's talk about Podere 39. The name itself is a little clue. Podere is Italian for farm, and that whole farm-to-table spirit is exactly what this charming little restaurant is all about.
What's so cool here is that they use ingredients that come directly from their own farm, so the menu is super creative. You get dishes like mozzarella and carrozza, which is like a fancy fried mozzarella sandwich, but here it's served on this incredible basil cream. Or these delicate ricotta and parmesan gnudi, which are kind of like gnocchi but way lighter. The place is tiny and popular, so you definitely want to book ahead.
All right, now we're going to take a quick trip out of Florence to the absolutely stunning medieval hill town of San Gimignano. You know the one. It's famous for that incredible skyline of towers.
And here our search gets really, really specific. Because in this entire world-renowned town, There's only one restaurant that has earned a Bib Gourmand. Just one. And that makes it a pretty special place to track down.
And that restaurant is da Pode. This really captures what it's all about. It's in a rustic, old farmhouse, and they serve pure, honest Tuscan country cooking. We're talking homemade pasta, beloved family recipes that have been passed down for generations. It's the kind of place that really defines what a hidden gem is.
So, after our tour of all these amazing restaurants, what are the big takeaways here? Let's boil it all down into a simple game plan for your next trip.
It really just comes down to these 3 simple steps. First, seek the bib. Keep an eye out for that little symbol of the Michelin man happily licking his lips. Second, savor the region. Dive into those local specialties we've been talking about. They are classics for a reason. And third, book ahead. These places are popular because they're great. So make a reservation and you won't be disappointed. And that really leaves us with just one final question to think about. With all the incredible food Tuscany has to offer, from a perfectly grilled bistecca alla Fiorentina to a simple, humble bowl of ribollita, if you had just one meal, what classic Tuscan dish would be on your plate?